listen to the drop there.
Got the string
and how he holds notes very freely.
My finger. I got a song that I sing. I can.
He's really changing the melody. We learn the melody like this. But he's going, I've got the world. He's changing the melody. He's straightening out a lot more. And then on a string, or that I sing, he's really changing that part and accenting it on the and. So I think that's kind of special. I've got the world on a string, or I've got the song that I sing.
I got a song that I sing. I can make the rain go anytime I move my finger.
Second inning.
Lucky me, can't you see I'm in love?
2, 3. Okay, now that was the first A section there, and they in the lead sheet, they actually resolve it to the root. I'm in love. Sinatra just stays on that same note, which is the third. I'm in love, and I'm sure Ella does too. Just that kind of, you probably know this, both of you know this, that you often don't want to resolve it to the root on the first A section, on the completion. You want to save that resolution, generally speaking, for the second ending. I'm in love. So it feels like that section is done with. So it's usually, I'm in love, or I'm in love. You would either stay on the third, get to the third, or get to the fifth. That's pretty general, again, as far as note selection goes for whether it's instrumentalists or vocalists, is that you don't generally resolve it to the root. Let's play that A section again very, very slowly and with some nice swing. So imagine, and it starts on the and of 3. Just so you know, I'm doing a 1-6-2-5 introduction. This would be pretty common practice. 2, 3. The second 2, 3, and then we'd be at the second ending there. It's tricky. There's some tricky little leaps in there, so definitely you want to work that out. And I'm playing it where I tabbed it out up here on the 10th fret position, as if I'm playing a D bar chord like this. So the melody kind of comes, if you can see the shape. And that note's a sweet note. That's a flat 7. That's very bluesy. See that blue note? That's tricky. Watch your rhythm. World, what a life. I'm in love. Now that really bothers me because I would never personally want to resolve it on the first ending. I'd want to go, I'm in love, or I'm in love, again, to the third or to the fifth of the D chord, of the 1 chord. Not only that, the band would most likely play a 3, which would be F sharp minor in this case, 6, 2, 5, on the first ending. Okay, so again, the lead sheet says one thing, but common practice, what you would do on a gig, is another thing, okay? So just be aware of that, of course. And then let's pretend this is the second ending. Now we will resolve it, and then we'll go through that again with the backing track. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I that up, finger. And then lucky me can see. Now I'm in love. And that's where I would do some sort of blues lick. Joe Pass went a little blues lick there too. So at the end of a phrase, it's a great opportunity to fill in a blues lick. You know, I'm in love. And then you can go to the B section there. Or I'm in love. And then into the B, the pickup notes there. You're going to come up with your own version as Frank Sinatra did, but I'm just kind of teaching you the basic melody, of course, and the chords is pretty actually basic as well, but there's some, 1-6-2-5, 3-6-2-5. It's basically all 1-6-2-5. Kind of Harold Arlen also wrote Stormy Weather, and that progression is completely 1-6-2-5 on the A section, but you could sub out 3-6-2-5. So I definitely think he was onto something with the formula. But listen to the melody. It's a great melody, beautiful melody. Get a backing track here. In the key of D too. So D, the basic chart for it was in F, but I transposed it to D because that's the Sinatra version. You're going to want to figure out what key is best for you. Keys are a very interesting thing. You always got to find the key that's best and not just force yourself to learn it in one particular key and stay with it. I always try to mess around with a song and see what key I like it best in. Still, if you learn the basic progression, like, it's 1-6-2-5, 3-6-2-5. Once you know that type of stuff, then you can learn the whole song. I can have you both memorize the whole song in 5 minutes, just the progression, and you can play it in any key. And I think that's, again, a very important part of it. That deals with the analysis of it. And you want to learn to simplify. Don't worry about all the small details or the subs. Just know what is the basic progression. That's always my suggestion. Sinatra's version starts off with a very rubato introduction. For 4 measures, he's just kind of singing it not in time. And then he kicks in on the E minor chord, on the 2 chord, what a world, what a life, I'm in love. And then that's where the band kicks in time. So the karaoke version is actually following his version of it. So it's a good study. It's good to try to do that, try to get it in time to Sinatra. One more time, then we'll learn the B section, then we'll analyze it with chords, and you'll memorize the progression. You'll be able to put it in any key that way. And then we'll look at Frank Sinatra's version. 1, 2, 3. I messed that up, sorry. What a world, what a life. I'm in love. I decided to hold that note. 2, 3. Lucky me, can't you see? Now resolve it. I'm in love. Okay, I actually want to do that a few times. How was that? When learning it, I understand. Take it slow. Work on the notes. I mean, there's a lot of aspects of this. There's trying to get the rhythm, which is super important if you want to get it, correct, quote, to the sheet music, especially if you're in an ensemble. And then there's the notes. There's all these little leaps. There's a rhythm. It got a little bit tricky on this second phrase. Got the string. This part, it's hard to sing too. Got a string around my... The rhythm is this. That's the part. There, went to the 5th. notice again the ad lib. The ad lib was just a blues lick. I love putting in some blues licks. I'm in love. Then I've got the song that I sing. You know, you could again get bluesy quote. One from the top, let's do that again. For the first ending, instead of resolving it to the D, I'm suggesting the third, F sharp, or the fifth, an A. You might choose a different note. You can always lean on another note, like the six, and do chromatic, I'm in love, or love. You know, you can kind of goof around with color tones. Target your notes is what I'm saying. From the top, and again, I'm going to take that first ending, then I'll take the second ending, and I'm actually probably going to liberally add in some bluesy phrases at the end of the phrase on the resolve chord. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I messed that up again. I keep messing that part up. 3. There we go. Lucky me, can't you see? I'm in love, be-doo. I want to do it again. Let's try it again. I've got the world on a string, sitting on. Oh. What a world, what a life. I'm in love. That was the ad lib. Lucky me, can't you see? I'm in love. Then we're at the B section. Let's take it to the B section. Life is a beautiful thing. So it starts on the and of 1 as kind of a pickup note. Life is a beautiful thing. Modulate, I know, it's like, whoa, that's an interesting note, that G sharp there. Because we were in the key of D before, and D does not have a D sharp, okay? So this is where I was saying it kind of modulates now. You can think of it as like, this song is basically rhythm changes. I got rhythm, okay? So the B section goes to F sharp 7, essentially. It's kind of going through the dominant cycle. In rhythm changes, if you know, I Got Rhythm and all that, those great songs based on rhythm changes, it starts on the 3 chord, 3 dominant. So in this case, if we're in the key of D major, the third is F sharp. So it's F sharp 7. And it goes around the dominant cycle, B7, E7, and then A7. And then there you go. Now that pulls us back. And that's rhythm changes with a few little cool little subs again added in. Those subs kind of give it some character. But if you really were just like, hey, I got to play this song on the spot, just think rhythm changes in the key of D. I mean, you could get by with it just fine with the basic changes. So even with the B section, it says C sharp minor 7 to F sharp 7. That's just a 2-5, okay? You can always kind of add the 2 chord in front of a dominant chord to give it more of a movement, especially if you're a bass player, because then you can do this. You can walk that 2 to the 5. And it adds some movement, which is nice, okay? More of the bebop players did that. In the old school, you would just chunk, like Django, you would just chunk out the dominant. the F sharp 7 for 2 bars. But again, depending on the style, it's nice to add the 2-5, okay? And then it resolves to the B7, okay? So again, this is just basically rhythm changes when you're considering it that way. Okay, so the life is a beautiful thing. So catch that G sharp there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. And that's just the basic melody. Okay, we'll play with the backing track here in a moment. And then, very motivic again. Now we have this, 1. So very similar melody, just a slight decoration. I'd be a silly so-and-so. 1. Oh, sorry. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So that little leap there is really sweet. And then if I should ever let go, 1. And notice the anticipation on all of these 3 phrases here, except for the so-and-so, the and a 4. You're early. You don't want to be on the beat. You want to anticipate it on the and a 4 to, again, that's what makes it swing. So let's hit that B section. Life is a beautiful thing. These are the pickup notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. And of course, I'd probably want to throw in a fill there. 2, 3. Then we're back to the last. Okay, now we're back to your last A section. And of course, you'll hear what that, I know the melody is kind of interesting. That's what I was saying for that B section, the repetitive phrase, and then how it changes colors. Because chord melody-wise, just so you'd hear the chord. So you hear chord with chord. Okay, so again, that's what it sounds like with those chords. It's cool that the melody, this is a great idea for improvisation too. Find some common tones, essentially, that you can hang on and repeat to develop to, make it motivic. And then, of course, the words change, but the melody stays the same, but the chords change underneath, which adds that cool concept. Again, the cool idea of like, something staying constant and then the surrounding, the environment moves around it. I love that concept again. Be repetitious is basically what I'm saying. Be motivic. The last A should be the same as the first 2 A's, A, B, A song form. Of course, on this chart it's called C. And you'll usually see a C section or whatever when you have vocals. That way you'll know like, oh, it's a rehearsal marker. So you say, oh, we're at the C section. It's not the last A. That way it won't get confused. Straight. 2, 3. Three, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and then what a world, what a life, I'm in love. So that helps a lot to slow way down. Leslie, for the guitar, on the word finger, that little chromatic lick, I would place it not on 13. That was kind of, I should have thought about that better. But it should be on the 8th fret. Just, I like to see stuff like this. So again, the chromatic lick, I like it down. Let's take it up just a notch or 2, then we'll speed it up one more time to the real tempo. 3. I've got the world on a string, sitting on my rainbow. Finger. What a world, what a life. I'm in love. Yeah, little twist there. I like that arpeggio. Sinatra does that too. That wasn't that wasn't in the first A section. So that's a little bit special. iReal Pro is I think the best practice tool. You can switch keys instantly. I messed that up. I'll yell it out whenever I mess it up, so you know you weren't wrong. B section. 1. That's a 13 chord. 1. What a world, what a life, I'm in love. And when a melody has, more, is kind of more notey, then you got to kind of pay attention to each word, of course, and try to get the little leaps again. That's what's so pretty about this melody. It kind of reminds me of one of his other songs, Taking a Chance on Love. There's some nice leaps here. Here I go again. I hear those trumpets blowing down on my own again, taking a chance on love. So and again, now let's talk about chords. We got the 1, 6, 2, 5. Again, 1, 6, 2, 5 there. D major, B7, and the 7 is dominant, so it's a secondary dominant. It's a 5 of the 2, to the 2, to the 5. So it's not a minor 7. It's not, syrupy, sweet type of a 1, 6, 2, 5. It's more of a bluesy 1, 6, 2, 5. That's why you want the secondary dominant. And then the E minor 7 to the A7. And also, it could have been the E7 if you wanted it more bluesy there, but it's not. It's D6, B7, A7. And then this kind of bluesy movement here, the 1 to the 4 dominant, to the 3, to the 6, and then to the 2, 5, 2, 5. Actually, sorry, this part of it was a quick change there. 2, 5, 2, 5, and then I'm in love. Again, it says D on the chart, but maybe for common practice and a performance, I'm in love, 3, 6, 2, 5. So instead, I just want to talk about that again. Instead of resolving to the 1, on the first ending, don't resolve to the 1. Again, when you listen to the jazz, the seasoned pros, they don't go to the 1, they'll go to the 3. 3, 6, 2, 5, then back to the 1 at the top there. So you kind of want to just delay the 1. Again, this is just, being pretty general. And also that little quick change, 2, 5, 2, 5, meaning E minor, A7, E minor, A7. That's just a quicker harmonic rhythm for just a regular 2, 5. You could just do E minor 7 for a full measure, A7 for a full measure. But because the song has it feels like there wants to be a lot of harmonic rhythm, meaning more movement, you put in a quick 2, 5, 2, 5 there. We can even simplify this more if we're doing kind of a Django Reinhardt gypsy jazz style. But again, this is already pretty nice and moving as far as harmony goes, so we don't need to add more to it. If anything, we just want to simplify. Less harmonic movement, less harmonic rhythm. So here we go again. This is just the A section, repeated twice. The second time, I will end it on a D6 chord to finally resolve it and not do the 3, 6, 2, 5. 1, 2, 3. Three, 6, 2, and 5. About the song that I sing, I can make the moon go. 4, 3. I add a little tritone sub. I think I want to just do this again. I'm in love. I've got the song that I sing, I can make the wind go. 1, 4 dominant, 3, 6, 2, 5, 2, 5. That's the first ending because I went to the 3 again. Second ending, let's end this section right here. And now we're at the B section there. Super fun progression, relatively easy. 1, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4 dominant, 3, 6, then that takes us to the 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 6, 2, 5. Or again, the simplified would just be go to the 1, 2, 5, but it's nice to throw in the 3. Now again, the B section is like we're playing rhythm changes in the key of D. So that means it goes to your 3 dominant chord, and it goes around the cycle there. F sharp, B, E, A, finally leading us to the last A section, which will be on D. So again, the 3 is F sharp 7, 6, B7, E7, A7, and then that takes us home to D. But there's a 2, 5 written there, so you might as well play the 2 5s as written on the chart. Life is a beautiful thing, 2, 5, hold the string. E7, I'm doing 9, keeping it very inside. E minor, A7. Back to your last day, you might as well just keep going. We'll talk about that again. What a world, what a life, I'm in love. And back to the top. And then we're off into some soloing as well, of course. So that B section again, I want you to try it just by not doing the C sharp minor. Just do F sharp 7. So it'd be like, life is a beautiful thing. So let's B7. See, this is typical rhythm changes. E7, A7. Okay. By understanding the basic chord progression, you can modulate, transpose to any key. 1, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4, 3, 6, 2, 5, 2, 5, 1. 6, 2, 5. You know, that's the basic progression. So what I'm always saying is figure out the numbers and then be able to try switching to a different key. There's some pretty stock progressions. And the B section is just like playing rhythm changes. It goes to the 3 chord. 6. These are all dominants. 2 dominant and 5. That's the basic progression, but you can, of course, add in 2 to the 5 to make it, to prolong those dominants. You put the 2 in front of the 5, the dominant chord. Yeah, and Sinatra does that too. Surprisingly, it wasn't written on the basic chart, but yeah, it's a pretty bluesy movement. So that I definitely want that in there, and I wrote that in the Sinatra arrangement. The D, C, B. That's just a walk down bass line chromatic neighbor tone to the B. Again, pretty. You know, I don't want to say stock, but if you're a bass player, you have two options when you're walking into the 6. Well, you have more than that, really. But if you're walking from above, you're either going to do this, D, C sharp to the B, or use the half step above, which is definitely what you want in this case. You don't want to put a C sharp as a walking bass, so it'd be this. So yeah, that C7, I like that in there. Again, you know, I should have written that on the basic chart, but I saved that for the Sinatra version, so it's brought out more of it. And again, the basic chart that I had didn't have that on there. They just have it as really basic. 1, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4, 3, 6, 2, 5, 2, 5, 1. I would suggest a 3, 6, 2, 5. And that should be on the Sinatra chart there too. You know, if you did this, now that would be chromatic, but it's really just an upper neighbor approach note, half step, upper neighbor. Here's B, but you can approach it a half step above or below. You know, just in general for comping, that's what a rhythm player would do, such as this. Those are all half step, like creating a walking bass line. When you listen to that Joe Pass, you'll hear him do that quite a bit. Those half steps, here's a bass line. You know, that half step, boom, boom. So again, that's called a half step approach note versus chromatic. Chromatic would be kind of reserved a little bit more for when you actually are connecting the notes chromatically like this. Now I would call that a chromatic movement, but not in that case. So that would be called a half step approach note. But yes, the movement there is chromatic as far as the half step goes, but I generally call that an approach note, half step above or half step below. The bass line construction is an approach note, like that C natural, half step approach note. Approach notes in general are going to be labeled as, or approach notes in general are half steps. So they have that chromatic nature to them, but it's not chromatic because it's not this. Sorry. You know, that would be truly chromatic. So we got the basic melody. 1, 2, 3. This is basic. What a world, what a life. I'm in love. What lucky me. I'm in love. And that's the B6. So you get the idea. It takes a few times to get used to playing it. Again, this is not a song I have in my repertoire. This is special for this workshop. So it's nice to dissect it. And, again, I'm walking you through how I would learn a new tune with the melody, doing it over and over, trying to understand it, how it relates to the chord. You got to understand the chord progression. And then, playing it many times and just ad-libbing, throwing in some fills, and understanding it, the basic movement of it. So now what I like to do is look at Sinatra's version of. So the first 4 measures are just rubato or freely.
I've got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger.
I didn't notate that finger. He did a lot of that type of thing there with very Sinatra. People kind of impersonate that.
What a world.
And then the band kicks in. Bam! What a world. He's on the and of 1.
What a life. I'm in love on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger.
And that's actually on the and of 4 there. Well, I mean, it's hard to tell because I'd have to watch the conductor. Finger 4 and 1. You know, it's the anticipated there. So I would say it's odd tempo. It's in time after on the word finger. That's where the Nelson Riddle probably was. Then went into time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. What a world! And they know the. I mean, this stuff is really orchestrated beautifully. I mean, there's no doubt about how amazing the arrangements are because he's so rubato freely, but the conductor is following him perfectly. With all of the conductors who worked with Frank Sinatra, his arrangements were amazing. You know, not I mean he didn't do the arranging. Apparently he would sing some of the ideas to the arrangers, but then you know that they're following each other beautifully. He's often has it on him. He has music on the stand, and he could read music and stuff. So I think a lot of it was written out, but then some of it is off the cuff too, as far as some of the phrasing. But it's still pretty much all scripted or written, as you could say. It's all arranged. I think it's too perfect not to be. I think like Django Reinhardt too. Some of these things are just like the band's like arrangements. But I feel like, I don't know. They didn't have a lot of it. They just go in the studio and do it too. So they meaning this. They don't rehearse it over and over and over. They were all pros and they had it down. They could read really well, so there was not a lot of rehearsals. I think he just went in and just cranked it out. He had his thing rehearsed. Probably, I'm assuming in my head that he was at home practicing it, getting it down exactly how he wanted to do it, and knowing exactly what it's going to sound like in the studio. I mean, again, he was singing at a pretty young age too, so a lot of these songs. So he was, it's not like he was a newbie at any of this. I mean, in 1953, he was already doing it for, I don't know, 15, 20 years? I don't know when it was his first recordings out, or when he was with the Tommy Dorsey band was his first, constant 7 nights a week probably. So again, I mean, I think he had these songs really well mapped out. Let's listen to it again.
Sitting on a rainbow.
I'm just following it too,
got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love. I got a song that I sing, I can make the rain go anytime I move my finger.
Second inning.
Lucky me, can't you see I'm in love? Life is a beautiful thing, as long as I hold the string. I'd be a silly so-and-so if I should ever let it go. I got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love.
And then he comes back in at the B section.
Life is a beautiful thing, as long as
and I'm just doing the Freddie Green style, as I mentioned. 3-note shapes.
So and so, if I should ever let it go. I got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string
4,
around my
3.
finger. What a world.
Minor 4.
And this is a lie.
Back to 2.
Hey now.
5.
I'm so in love.
Pedal tone on the D. 6, 9 chords. You got the 2. Extend the 2 to the minor 4. So you go from E minor, I'm just showing you the coda. E minor, 2 bars. Alive, to the minor 4. And then back to the 2. To the 5. I'm in love. Then they're kind of, it's like a diminished thing, because they're just, the bass is pedaling on a D chord. Diminish. that there's this kind of a pedal tone. I didn't figure out exactly what chords, but that's often what's happening as you go from major to diminish. You create some tension. A pedal tone, you can often kind of be thinking like a progression, and then even though the bass is just pedaling to create the tension, you know, stuff like this. You know, stuff like that.
I've got the world on a string.
Oh, I was way off key.
Sitting on a rainbow.
Listen to the drop there.
Got the string.
And how he holds notes very freely.
My finger.
That's not notated.
What a world. What a life.
I'm approximating these rhythms because his rhythms would be way too hard to notate otherwise. 2, 3.
I got a song that I sing. I can make.
I do have to say that he's really changing the melody. We learn the melody like this. But he's going, I've got the world. You know, he's changing the melody. He's straightening out a lot more. And then on a string, or that I sing, he's really changing that part and accenting it on the and. So I think that's kind of special. I've got the world on a string, or I've got the song that I sing. That type of idea. Oh, sorry, I lost his version. But this is what I like to do, is just to try to analyze things a little bit more. Oh, right there. Make the rain. Just the words he chooses to accent, too.
I got a song that I sing. I can make the rain.
That's not notated, but make the rain go.
Anytime I move my finger.
Second ending.
Lucky me. Can't you see I'm in love?
And then here comes that B section. Let's just play through this once and wind it.
Life is a beautiful thing. As long as I hold the string.
Quarter note triplets to create some pull there.
I'd be a silly so and so.
Little delay resolution there.
If I should ever let it go.
Little triplet there. Let it ever let it go. And then last A.
I got the world on a string.
There he is straight.
Sitting on a rainbow.
Little delayed rhythm there.
Got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life. I'm in love.
Yeah, it's not easy to play along with him to get a note for note and rhythmic. I mean, that's what makes him Sinatra. This one especially, it's harder than more. I was able to kind of play along with him. This one's like, there's a lot of little tiny rhythmic things. What a world, what a life, I'm in love. Even those little phrases there, but got the world on a string. This part here, got the string around my finger. 1, and then 1, 1. That's tricky. 1. What a world, what a life. I'm in love. I'm in love. 1, 2, 3. I'm in love. He delayed. I should have probably wrote a melisma over there. 1, 2, 3. I'm in love. So that's kind of how he phrases it. That part's tricky. Even just that. What a world, what a life, I'm in love. very specific types of little small details of how he changed. But, you know, he really changed this. He's definitely not doing that. Ella did that, though. She was more true to the melody. Joe, you missed it at the very beginning. We were listening to Ella with Joe Pass. You should check that out as a duo. Beautiful arrangement. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.